What's up, guys? Welcome back to Charge the Game Sports. I'll be your host here, Chuck. Today's topic is going to be about Shannon Sharpe, the one and only Shannon Sharpe, the show stopper, the show killer, joining Stephen A. Smith. But before we get into that video, how about you guys stop what you're doing and hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so y'all can continue to get the latest drop on all my videos when I drop these hot topics. All right, back to the video. So, we all know that Shannon Sharpe abruptly left Skip Bayless hanging, gave the man a own taste of his medicine because Skip Bayless had it coming. Skip Bayless, Dracula looking, you know what, always thought that he could, quote unquote, master somebody. Always be the big man, always poke his chest out, always got to go my way, my way, my way, my show, my show, my show. Well, guys, I made a video about this on one of my other channels, and I knew that this could be a possible landing point for Shannon Sharpe. Now, we all know that shortly after the finals of between the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets, LeBron got blown out, got swept. We all know that after that, Shannon Sharpe called it quits. And it stemmed from the Darvin Hamilton, if I'm saying his name right, I believe his name was like Darvin Hamilton or something like that, that played on the Bills, the football player that passed out, and people had to do CPR to pretty much bring him back to life. And Shannon Sharpe took it personal because Skip Bayless gets on Twitter, the Twitter sphere, and says things that goes against the brotherhood of the NFL that Shannon Sharpe is a huge part of. He's a gold jacket member, he's a Hall of Famer, and Shannon Sharpe took it personally. But what Shannon Sharpe did was calm himself, collect his checks, and methodically plan out the exit strategy that would leave Skip Bayless hanging. Now, I had a theory that ESPN would make a pitch to Shannon Sharpe. Why else would ESPN be doing all these layoffs, all this firing, and all of this whatever to clear up so much cap space, essentially, because that's what it is, it's cap space. Because they know they need a big fish alongside Tom Brady, alongside Pat McAfee, and alongside Stephen A. Smith. So, of course, it makes sense to go after Shannon Sharpe. Why? Because Shannon Sharpe wants to give it to Skip Bayless, and so does Stephen A. Smith. Because Stephen A. Smith plays like he's still cool with Skip Bayless, but we all know that it's very hard to have a certified relationship with a guy like Skip Bayless, because he's just a guy that can rub you the wrong way, and you have to always kind of be a kiss ass person or submit to his whatever type of needs to just have a job. And that's no way to fucking be at all. So let's scroll down here and see. We're going to read here where it says Skip Bayless exes could be teaming up, right? Oh, I know Skip Bayless is sour. I know he is tossing and turning. We all know that Skip Bayless puts sports before his wife. He had a vasectomy. He didn't want kids because he's so obsessed with sports. So for him to not even be talking right now, I already know that he's going through it. I'm quite sure Skip Bayless is having undisputed withdrawals, just wishing that he could wake up. Man, the man be up at 2 a.m. ready for work. He wants you to be up around the same time to go in and have a meeting before the show, which we all know that the show airs Pacific time, but in some parts of the country, the show pretty much airing at like 5 or 6 in the morning. Right? So it says Skip Bayless exes could be teaming up. Shannon Sharpe, who left his post with Bayless on FS1's Undisputed in June, could join ESPN's First Take as a contributor alongside former Bayless co-host Stephen A. Smith. Woo! 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 Man, oh man. And y'all got to think about how big this show would be, right? Look at this. Right now, the world is anticipating Shannon Sharpe's next landing spot. So we see right here where it says joining ESPN will give Shannon Sharpe a bigger TV audience than the one he was sharing with Skip Bayless on FS1. 421,000 viewers per day versus 154,000. But think about this. Think about how big this show is going to be just because Shannon Sharpe's fans are anticipating him going to ESPN or a platform similar. This is going to be way more than 421,000 viewers. At least for the first year. And what Shannon Sharpe brings to the show, because think about this, look at this. Shannon Sharpe got this alone. Club Shay Shay podcast, which was 1.23 million subscribers, it's huge because he only had the show right at a year or under a year. and he got this many subscribers, it's because of personality. It's because of his charisma, his hoosters, his aura, right? Stephen A. Smith is already a clown, right? Not saying like a clown in a bad way, but sometimes he be clowning. But I'm saying like his personality is humorous, right? So you team that up with Shannon Sharpe, and I can see it working very well, unless Stephen A. Smith hates on him and pushes him out the door. Because let's just be honest, Shannon Sharpe is way more entertaining to watch than Stephen A. Smith. But both of them together, these viewing numbers would be way more than this. I can see an average of 500,000 viewers daily. I'm sure of that, right? I believe since Shannon Sharpe left FS1 that the ratings have went down on other shows, because me personally, I'm not really interested in other shows unless it's Colin Cowherd on the show called The Herd. That's a pretty good show, and he's a very insightful guy that knows exactly what he's doing and what he's talking about, and he's honest and fair, and I appreciate that. Let's keep going, y'all. Still, it would be a part-time role, as Smith prefers a panel of rotating co-hosts to a permanent one. So I feel like this, Stephen A. Smith, we all know that you're Mr. ESPN. You can afford to let a guy like Shannon Sharpe take over, or at least join you full time, because you doing 10 other jobs with this ESPN contract. They working you like a dog, brother. You might as well let Shannon Sharpe come in and cut a little slack off you. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I truly, sincerely think that this would be a hit. I think that it would be a huge blow to Skip Bayless. Huge blow. And I'm very eager to see who Skip Bayless is going to replace with Shannon Sharpe. Like, who are you going to replace? Like, I'm trying to think in my mind. Who has that knowledge of the game? Shannon Sharpe was very knowledgeable, very relatable, and very charismatic. Right? So I'm trying to think who will be the guy that could even compete. If Stephen A. Smith could do 421,000 views a day with him in just a panel, imagine the magnitude it would be with Shannon Sharpe. And he's doing this with guys who aren't good. I never liked Keyshawn Johnson. I really didn't like Max Kellerman takes. I think he's better with boxing. I really don't like Molly Quirm at all. Don't know why the fuck she has a place, but we're gonna even not count her. And he has Marcus Spears and what's the guy named Kendrick Perkins. They suck. And the only reason that this panel is there is because Stephen A. Smith pretty much vouched for them. So I think that you guys should clean up. I think that ESPN should clean all of it up and just have a big four: Tom Brady, Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith, and Shannon Sharpe. There you go. Problem solved. Revenue will be through the roof, and ratings would as well. So if you agree, let me know. Also, hit the notification bell if you like the content. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until then, let me know how you charge to the game. Peace.